What mysteries from the early days of the internet are still unsolved to this day? I remember that extremely creepy video of a young guy with longish hair and a very odd way of speaking. I think it was a combination of accent and speech impediment, talking about grave robbing and how to prep the remains for sale. I remember specifically him going into great detail into how to properly clean out the skulls so they wouldn't rattle when you shook them. Nobody ever came up with an identity, location, or even a solid answer for who was buying the human remains or why. Anyway, I haven't been able to stop thinking about it for a long time, because last year a man where I live was arrested for doing the exact same thing. He was digging up graves, taking the remains, and methodically cleaning them for sale. Sale to who? For what reason? It literally drives me insane. Edit. I've found it, you can Google it by grave robbing for morons. A guy eating a soup and crying, while two Teletubbies were reassuring him. That's so creepy. There's a theory that the guy in the video was kidnapped, starved for 4 days, and then forced to eat the remains of his dead wife. Wouldn't say early internet, but interesting nonetheless. There was a multitude of killers who have posted on 4chan. One who asked the question, "What does B keep in the freezer?" They then proceeded to post pictures of body parts with timestamps to prove it authentication. Another one was, again 4chan, a guessing name of a missing person and provided a freebie which when guessed correctly lead to the coordinates of where the body was buried. Are you shitting me or is that true? Yeah, the coordinates one was originally posted as a thread with a pic of the missing girl and the message, "If this thread gets trips, I'll tell you where to find her," with trips meaning a triplicate number in the post number, for example 222, or 777, etc., which was not something you could see ahead of time. Someone made a reply in the thread with trips, and the OP replied with GPS coordinates. 2 days later someone posted a news article from the nearby city with an update about the girl's body being found. I was on there when it happened. We all thought the guy was full of shit until the news broke. There was that guy Adam Pacitti in the middle 90s who designed his dream girl using software. He ended up with something like a mugshot, then posted it, hoping to find her in real life. He swore he was in love with her, this image he had created. He became an immediate laughingstock. I wonder if the guy ever found her. Is the Heaven's Gate website still up and running? Yes, it is, but the real question is who is paying for it to stay up? Can someone explain what Heaven's Gate is and what does it do? It was a cult. They all committed suicide because they believed there was a spaceship in the tail of a comet, and they would be taken to it. They are the origin of a ton of cult things you've probably heard about and seen referenced. Everyone shaving their heads, matching outfits. When you see space cults referenced in popular media, this is the group they're usually referencing. The guy who went caving. He ends his blog with, "I'll let you know what I find," and then it just ends. Lake City Quake Pills. Old Reddit user who used to post here in the really old days died. Their friend took over their Reddit account for a bit and let Reddit know. Eventually people noticed the user was linked to some site, I think it was Norp or something, which in turn contained message logs. These message logs were all pretty cryptic. The logs eventually mentioned holding a service for the dude who died but gave weird requirements like not giving your real name to hotel staff, not being tailed, only American currency, and to remain low profile. Stuff like that. People are a bit suspect of this, and during the same night this party is meant to be happening, some mobster is killed close to the venue of it by hitmen. Website after a while was taken down, and all that remains are screenshots of the original logs. The subreddit was locked for nearly a year until recently. Even the accounts posting to it, all cryptic. Every post from every account is some riddled message or a message related to a previous riddled message. Whoever they are nothing but careful. Edit. For those asking, this is the sub RLCQP. Check the people posting and their recent posts to see new subs related to RLCQP. Death of Philip Taylor Kramer, the bass guitarist for Iron Butterfly who became a computer engineer. He was said to have been working on data compression techniques and may have been assassinated, but his death was ruled a suicide. The whole story and family are weird. It made the rounds as a favorite early internet conspiracy and then just disappeared. A young girl went missing or was killed in a certain area, and as time passes, On YouTube, a old white guy titled The Anniversary of That Girl's Disappearance Death with the location stares into the camera and is just laughing menacing for quite a while before the video ends with him smiling. What about the guy that tried to test his new gas mask and made chlorine gas, and it was absorbed into his skin, and he stopped posting updates? Yeah, that Eve's seen the screen caps of that. It was on the K4chan board. His last post had a picture of his skin already badly affected by the gas, and then he never posted again. Reasonable explanation is that it was fake and the arm thing was makeup, since the amount of gas needed to peel his skin would have the whole building evacuated, and Noon found news on this. The identity of the main creator of Bitcoin, many speculations but still no solid proof of who they are exactly, just that their Bitcoin wallet remains untouched, and there's speculation for that too, like they're waiting to dump it when the time's right or has simply lost the code to the wallet. Still interesting altogether. Wouldn't be surprised if Satoshi Nakamoto were several people. Tourette's guy. It's been proven that it was a fake, but as far as I know, nothing is known about the actors or the filming of it. It's all very vague. Still makes me laugh though. I was big admin on the website. It was part real and part faked. Danny was really like that, but he acted up for the camera a lot of the time. When Danny died, he actually had a DUI and was afraid he'd go to jail for a while, so they stopped making videos for a year or two. I never actually met the crew, they just sent me the videos for the fan website I made. The Death Valley Germans, 1996. In short, German family gets lost in Death Valley, car gets found, family never surfaced again. Up until today, they are still missing without a real trace. Park rangers continually rescue moron tourists who decide to go hiking in Death Valley, in flip-flops, with an 8-ounce water bottle. Bodies are pulled out of the Grand Canyon on a routine basis because tourists keep falling in. Apparently that big hole in the ground keeps sneaking up on people. There are so many bones of idiot wannabe explorers in the wilderness around the world. Back in 1993, there was a page that had the full process for creating ecstasy. Must have been written by a scientist, because it was highly detailed. Not sure if it's real or not, but I remember watching a video of a man exploring the catacombs and out of nowhere he just drops the camera and begins to run. That's real. People get lost and die in them. That's fucking terrifying. What could he be running from? I know for sure I would rather be downing Chex Mix and throwing socks at my door rather than be stuck in there. Homeless man? Drug addict? Walked in on a drug deal or some organized crime? Or saw a mural statue ornamentation that spooked him in the right light? The Paris catacombs are huge and idiots go missing in there all the time. The authorities have detailed maps so they can navigate it safely, but the general public should really just stick to where the tours take them, considering how old it all is and the structures may not be that stable. Cicada 3301. Most likely some loosely tied group of cypherpunks. I believe some of the people who won got contacted but communication fell short. Kind of like getting a job but the company just kind of forgets and never contacts again. Cicada 3301 has had a few possibilities on what it is, but none have been proven fully. I remember there was a video of like a tap dancing bunny girl. It was off-putting BC. It seemed like it was filmed with a VHS, and one of her legs was bigger than the other, I think. If I remember correctly, the last few seconds of the video she slowly walks toward the camera and the music stops. It haunted my existence. I have no idea where I saw it as a kid, or why. I probably wouldn't even want to watch it now due to how it traumatized me as a kid. There is a YouTube channel called Robert Helpman. It has 12 videos, all of them featuring what's assumed to be a dead body in a bag named Daisy. Literally gives off the worst feeling ever. How early internet it is. But the woman who thought the government, or someone was listening to her and spying on her in South Korea, I think, that they were trying to control her, I think too, and webcams were installed and you could watch her sleeping or on her computer. And her door would be barricaded most the time and there were handwritten signs all over the place. I lost a bookmark to the link for the webcams years ago. But I still think and wonder if she is okay and if the cams are still running. Her name is Chipchan. I don't know much about it because I just found out about her. On YouTube, she stopped live streaming 5 months ago. However, on some Korean website she's still live streaming. I'm not sure, but I think that she has severe schizophrenia. She claims that a cop that goes by the name P is following her and he installed a chip in her foot. Do you have a similar story? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.